First up, of course, is the hosts, Saudi Arabia, joining me on the stage here. And just behind them, of course, is ranked 5th in the world, Italy, after a, some would say, surprising victory against the in-form Israel in the last round. Welcome to the stage, gents. Saudi Arabia here in the green, Italy in the blue strips. We've got a small matter of a coin toss to do shortly, but before that, quick chat with our players. Emir Dossary, great to have you here. I'm sure and I know that it's a pleasure and a privilege for you to be playing here on your home turf. My question is it something that adds more pressure or something that makes it more enjoyable for you?
Can I say mix of both? It is, obviously, it's much pressure whenever we walk here across the boulevard. Me and the boys just fans saying, don't let the trophy goes out from home. But the joy is I'm still staying at home, sleeping at home, come here, knowing the weather well. So it's kind of mix of both.
Wearing a hoodie underneath tells me you know the weather well, because I couldn't handle that right now. You're going up against Italy here. They were very impressive in their victory against Israel in the last round. What do you expect from them?
Well, we know them as individual players more than core players, and they are all very good players. So nothing but respect, and I wish just the best nation who wins this game wins the whole thing.
Fantastic stuff. So, Italy, we spoke before the last game, and we said, look, if you beat Israel, people are probably going to look at you as one of the favourites here because they were on such good form, but you were the dominant team in that one.
You said that. Argentina, France are still in the tournament, so we don't want to be the favourites. We just want to play our game and do our best to win every match.
Going up against the home nation here in Saudi Arabia, well, how does that make it for you as the opposition?
Of course, it's really hard. Like we played Denmark last year, hosting the tournament. It was incredible, of course, because they will put more passion than the others, no? Because they want to get people proud of them. So it will be a hard match for sure. They are really good, so we will see.
Fantastic stuff. Right, I've got head referee James here. He's going to do the coin toss. We've got a blue side, we've got a purple side. Can you let us know which side is which country?
Blue side is Saudi Arabia, purple is Italy.
Fantastic. Right, take it away, please, James. That's blue, which means Saudi Arabia will be the home side in the second leg. And yes, you'll be the home side in the first leg, Italy. So if you'd like to make it through to your booths there, go and get comfortable for a massive quarter-final, $75,000 game here between Saudi Arabia and Italy. Looking forward to this one. Over to you, gents.
Thank you very much, Spencer. Yes, what a game this one plans to be. The host nation that missed out on last year's FIFAe Nations Cup, back with a big chance, Rich, to go an extra step forward and to be in tomorrow's finals day.
Massive opportunity for Saudi Arabia. I think you look at this game, it's tough. It's pretty much a 50-50 game. Italy have been building into this tournament. Last year, exact same position. They finished 4th in the group. They finished 4th in the group this year. They finished 4th in the group last year. 13 points last year. 13 points this year. Where did they finish? Semi-finalists, losing 5-4 to Brazil. They're the ultimate team when we go. If they get out of the groups, they're a different side. That is the Italian national team. If they can get out of the groups and get into 2 legs of FIFA, they evolve into a much, much better team.
Well, obviously, you had the chance to keep an eye on that round of 16 leg. What did you make of the change? Because Abubakar came out of the team and Goatmo came in. Just fancy trying something different? I mean, it worked.
Yeah, I don't read too much into it. I think it's for this Saudi Arabian team. There's a lot more going on. Like so much pressure representing your own country. There's also, I mean, they didn't have to qualify in order to get here because they were the home nation. There's that pressure of everyone expecting this for you as well. And I mean, especially for Dossary, don't know how many more tournaments are left, do you know what I mean? This is a massive one. This is a tournament that you want to win, that you're urging yourself to win. You put yourself in you eliminate all conversation if you go on and captain Saudi Arabia to lift the FIFAe Nations Cup. This is going to be a fabulous, fabulous match against Italy. In my eyes, I think it's going to be quite a slow burn. I think it's going to be maybe a draw, maybe a score draw in the first leg. As we get into the second leg, one team will pull out in front. I was shocked, really. You were watching the round of 16 game with Italy against Israel. I didn't see that game going the way it did.
No, they did a great job, didn't they, Italy, and just putting on their own style of play, making it so difficult for Israel to find a way through. They came out, as we said, winners in the end. What was it, 4-1? Como comes in the team again for MS Desari. But back to your point about Desari, look, didn't make any World Cup grand final this year. Was in that, obviously, qualification game. Unfortunately, that didn't go to plan. This was the next best thing for him. It was a moment in history, this tournament being in Saudi Arabia. He had to be involved in as many as he could. So this really is his next big thing and his best chance. On the side of Italy, Danny Pitbull and Obron, it was an unchanged roster. They came in to the round of 16. They looked superb, did not look out of place at all. And the great thing about Italy, there's no egos. There's a family vibe in that camp as well. Katia, just as good of a player to come in when things do get tough, if they are needing to make that important sub.
I think family vibe, but also there's a level of competitiveness between the three of them as well. They all know that they're more than capable to put on the jersey and be the leading player, be the one that's guiding this nation through. I mean, Oberon is a fabulous FIFA player. He made all 3 FIFA majors. You can't understate the impact that he has. However, he's been subbed out. Danny Pitbull's been subbed out. Kachia's been in and out of the team. I think when you talk about the family vibe, it's certainly it's Hollywood as sort of the coach, but it's very much a community conversation that's going on of, okay, I think you come out of this game. They also, I wouldn't be surprised if we see substitutions mid-game. They've been very, very frequent with the rotation of this team.
If you look at the history of Italian FIFA players we've had in past times, from the Fabio Danuzos to Dagnolf in past times, I feel like in the last, 3 or 4 years, we've had all 3 of them come through. Kachi had a good run in the E-Champions League a few years ago. Danny Pitbull has been an E-World Cup grand finalist. Obron top 4 last year. He still feels like he's the leading name in that pack, but there's just so much talent in Italy.
I mean, yeah, Montaxa as well. For a long time, it was one sole Italian player, Principe, all the way back in FIFA 17. You look at Fabio Danuzzo. Now there is so much Italian FIFA talent that there's just players, 5 or 6, 7 or 8, that could have been representing this Italian national team.
Well, they're underway in this one. So that's to go for Mbappe. Might fall back kindly for R9. He's still bouncing around the ball between De Jong and Jude Bellingham before the possession does change hands.
There's a lot of space in behind.
Saudi Arabia's first chance in a goal towards that post. Mbappe with all the time in the world. He'll take that one all day long. I'm not sure what happened there. It was a capitulation at the back. It was a great manual run at the back post. Mbappe with all the time in the world. MS Desari and Gomo lead by a 1-0. Saudi Arabia on top.
I mean, first things first, where was the space in behind? That Italian defence went walkies. No one tracking the runners. Saudi Arabia had the entire length of the pitch to run into.
Oh, it might not last too long. Mbappe off the post. Was that the difference of the shot being timed?
I think it's a save. I think he has tipped it onto the post, the goalkeeper. Remarkable, remarkable save. 11 minutes in. What a game we are watching right here. We said it might be a bit of a cagey start. Absolutely not.
Italy, such a well-drilled outfit. You can often tell when they go 1 goal to the good and a 5 back what sort of game you're in for. The fact that Saudi Arabia have been able to get the first goal in this one certainly shakes it up a little bit more. Omri finds the overlapping run of Paul Pogba. What influence he has been in 2v2 FIFA.
The Saudi Arabian duo that we're seeing right now just have a lot more reps between them as well. It's been a lot of the time the duo. Not necessarily in this tournament, but previous tournaments, previous qualifying campaigns. So I think maybe as we get into the knockout stages here, that experience of playing together.
Very aggressive start from the home nation. A ridiculous press. Remember, winner of this one will play the Netherlands in the semi-finals of the E-Nations Cup. Here's Klosterman now. Wins a corner for Saudi Arabia. What can we see from this one? Thierry Henry at the box. Maybe a short corner. It could just be a distraction. No, this time it's played short. João Felix finds the ball all the way to Marquinhos. Zaha able to bring more players into the attack. Every single Italian player back behind the ball, making it so hard to break through the lines.
You just see the way that Saudi Arabia are playing as well in this opening 25 minutes. A lot of intent, the driven passes, players going forward on runs. They're really, really offensive in this opening period.
Such a high line from Italy. Is there a way? Saudi love to switch the ball from right to left, finds Paul Pogba. Acres of space again. Can they find between the lines?
I love that dribbling.
Has to be the Sari, doesn't it? Pele, little reversal has to go, looks to pop that onto the right foot, still is alive. There, Mr. Sari looks to be the blue icon in this game. So many small little manipulations to whoever's got the ball on the left-hand side, whether it be Henry or Pogba. And a big tackle again. Look fair to me, referee called that one back for a free kick.
We've got two numbers over on the far-hand side of the pitch, and you saw the manual move from Desari. He recognised it, pulled the players over, and there was no switch of play in even an option. Possession turns over, and it's just those small details. Saudi Arabia seem to be getting all of them correct so far.
Easy pickings for Courtois. As we said, for Italy, was not the most prettiest of group stages yesterday. Made it difficult for themselves, but as you right to say, Rich, it was the same story last year for them in the groups. One ball forward, here's Wilfried Zaha, Desari, back to Goatmo, finds Pele, dancing, back to Henry, outside the boot, keeper just about gets a hand on it.
Fabulous goalkeeper movement. They predicted the strike at the near post and moved Courtois all the way to the near post. It's a game of 50-50, and you guessed right this time.
Corner, wasted. This could be a chance on the break. No, it can't be. Costa recovers well. Just saw Jude Bellingham there and a handful of players trying to make a run.
If you're a Saudi Arabian FIFA fan right now supporting this team, you are over the moon with what you've seen in this opening 45 minutes. Attacking play looks crisp and clean. Defensively, Italy had that one chance, but weren't able to make anything really of it. That's going to be a slide tackle that will take us out for half-time.
So far, so good for the home nation. Just see words there between Danny Pitbull and Obra. Can't pick up mimed Italian, but whatever it is, it looks very passionate. Mindset, calm down. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from that first half. We said about how much of a crazy start this was in this game. It was Italy had the first chance, then minutes later, they just came forward, Rich, and they found so much space at the back post.
Yeah, the first pass was the one that opened up the entire attack. Henry had so much room. It played itself right there. Mbappe at the back post. Always going to be an easy chance. Italy did answer back with a couple of their own chances. That one, Donnarumma, I think he just got a fingertip on it on the way through. Off of the post. 7 minutes to go before the halfway break. Wilfried Zaha in behind. Good bit of play here to Henry, but the save at the near post from Thibaut Courtois was equal to the strike.
In another world, it could have been 2-0 for Saudi Arabia there. Great save from Courtois, as you right to say. Back on the way now. Second half of this first leg. Unconventional through ball, finds Mbappe, it's Desari. Saudi Arabia still, time red finish from Bellingham, possession still falls back the way of Saudi Arabia. One thing they have done, which Italy will not like, they have controlled the game.
They've also just, every single time they go forward, they're not controlling the game in an aspect of knocking the ball around the back or trying to just keep possession. They're controlling the game in the middle of the park. They're winning the ball off them in these sort of areas. They're not allowing Italy to attack, and they're just maintaining attacks. They're maintaining pressure whenever they go forward. There's no real easy get out for Italy. This is the first time of play in the game where they've had 4, 5, 6 passes strung together.
Italy looking for a way back. Ronaldo finds the wobble pass. Big save from Donnarumma. It's the Italian shot stopper that will keep the Italian nation out. Corner played short, finds its way all the way to the edge of the box for Bellingham. Does get pickpocketed in the end with a deflection. That
Free
goes
kick.
back for a free kick, thankfully. Otherwise, that would have been a bit of a horror show at the back.
He always knew what he was doing. He was pressing the back 2 buttons, didn't want the advantage, and the referee just a little bit late to blow up for the foul.
Keep in mind, after this one, Argentina will take on France, and Brazil against Finland. 2 more incredible quarterfinals coming up today. Is he onside? It's Desari. Then Mbappe wins a corner. Keep an eye on the front post. There might be a distraction, or there could be a flick up. Just see Henry peel off to the edge of the box. He won't be used on this time of asking. Bellingham will be instead. Back to Buffon, of all players, who will step over his way into the box. Yeah, believe it or not, that is Gigi Buffon, but that's a shapeshifter which suddenly becomes a lot more usable.
I would be surprised if there wasn't a change. If this leg of FIFA stays as it is, and Italy were to lose 1-0, I also don't think the performance has been to the level that they require in order to turn this game around.
Mbappe, there's the step overs, nearly a gift. And I think, if I'm being honest, Rich, I see the change more. Danny Pipple out, Catcher in. From talks early yesterday and the day before, the more attacking duo they said on paper is Catcher and Obram. Or, you would be right to argue, there's been more games played between Catcher and Danny Pitbull. João Felix still, Semes Desari trying to bundle his way past the handful of Italian shirts there.
It's a bit of a wild card, Saudi Arabia, in this tournament. I think they come in with great expectations and a lot of potential, but we just didn't know what to expect from them. This is a really, really good 73 minutes of FIFA I've seen in terms of the whole package, defensively, offensively, in possession, causing errors from Italy as well. They've been really, really solid. And this maybe just starts to raise a few eyebrows across the rest of the competition as well. We're taking on Netherlands in the semi-final, the winner of this game. We all know if Dossari gets into finals, most of the time he ends up walking away with a title.
Yeah, he has got quite the record, Mr. Desari, when it comes to grand finals. Is he onside?
No.
He's for Dembele, slightly too keen. Pause comes in now for Italy.
You see the two formations matching up perfectly against each other. Yes, you are seeing Hugo Lloris as a centre midfielder. That is a substitution that has just been made. Rafael Leao looks to also enter the fray.
Well, the one thing that, as you said, rightly so, about Dasari and Gomo, they were 2v2 teammates playing the EA Sports Cup. Wasn't the tournament to remember, of course, for those guys. But still, there's a lot of reps that they've had. There was question marks over Saudi Arabia coming into this one. Will they be able to adapt to the play style of many other nations? They've answered all those questions.
Well, it was also the case when we saw Dossary at the playoffs. What do we expect? He flew over there, 8 days early, was getting reps in Europe and nearly qualified for the World Cup, losing on a penalty shootout.
Italy, desperate for a way back in the tie. There's R9 back to goal. Skill move on, 2 times in green. Italy are back in the tie.
That's fabulous. The way that he shimmied in between those 3 players right there. Lovely, lovely piece of skill from Italy to get back in this game. Just what you need, just what you require. When you find yourself a little bit deflated, you find yourself pulling in a subpar, mediocre performance. It can be one moment of brilliance to completely turn a game on its head.
Well, that's what 2v2 FIFA is all about, isn't it? There's moments, individual moments in the game where you just have to grab the moment or the match and just show us something special. Incredible piece of trickery. From who I'm going to guess that is Danny Pitbull. Who had the red cursor above his head. And in time of 1 minute, are Italy about to snatch a 2-1 lead here? No, they're not. That's a poor pass. Oh, Buffon just does enough. Halfway in the game, Saudi Arabia 1, Italy 1.
We're just having a look at these pictures here. Looks to be a conversation. I think we might be seeing a substitution just starting to be discussed here from Italy. I thought Hollywood were coming in to tap Danny Pitbull on the shoulder and say it's game over, but he's the one who is instigating all these conversations right now. They're tied 1-1 after the first leg of FIFA. Let's have a look at the best moments from it. This was a great save, and Italy just started to turn the screw. Look at this piece of skill here. Oh, it's the blow heel to heel. Just sent 3 players packing. And that is Italy's way back into this game. It's a lot more animated on the Italian side, you got to be said.
You know, Alex was joking about, but I'd love to have a microphone. I mean, I wouldn't be able to understand anything, so I don't know why I want a microphone in there anyway. But that goal doesn't go in. Maybe we start the conversation of potentially Obron getting subbed out for Caccia, but that goal goes in. A lot of passionate talk there between the two players that know each other so well.
On the other side of it, Gortmo and Dossary look pretty calm and cool, to be honest. They look pretty comfortable in this game. 1-1, they'll be happy with the performance. It was just a singular moment that got Italy back in it. There wasn't any real periods of play where Italy looked super impressive. I would say probably 80% of the game, Saudi Arabia were the dominant team in it. Unfortunately, what they couldn't do is in those periods of domination, in those periods of good play, get a second or third goal to start to pull away and start to put extra pressure on Italy. Whenever the game's at 1-0, it is well and truly still up for grabs.
You might just be able to see someone in that Italian move, just between the two players there. Suited and booted, it's Giovanni from the Italian Federation, works within the marketing team. He was here in Copenhagen last year. He just loves it. Apparently last year he just loved the passion from this Italian side. Was enough to get him out to Riyadh this time round. I'm sure he was a little bit nervy in the group stages when he wasn't sure if they were going to get through. No changes though for Italy. Caccia remain on the sidelines. Looks like game pin has been submitted and we are ready near enough to go again. Saudi Arabia against Italy. Winner plays the Netherlands in this year's FIFAe Nations Cup semi-final. Number 1, that will take place tomorrow, remember, a match worth $150,000 as we jump back into the game now. It was Saudi Arabia that had the first laugh in the game. 6 minutes into the first leg, Italy came back flying 84 minutes in with a moment of magic.
The big question for me, Italy obviously ended that game with a nice flurry, getting the goal. How do they now start? They started very poorly against Saudi Arabia for the first 30-45 minutes in the first leg. Can they start to build on that goal? Can they start to build some momentum and confidence in themselves that this game is there? Or will Saudi Arabia wrangle this game away from them once again?
Mbappe finds R9. Italy looking to start on the right foot this time. Step overs. Mr. Sari stands well with Marquinhos.
They left it late in the round of 16. Did Saudi Arabia.
Big chance, shapeshift to Pele. Defended well by Militao.
An 81st minute winner in that respective game. Italy, in the end, went through pretty comfortably in quite a surprising fashion, given how of a great performance their opponents put up earlier in the tournament in the group stages.
Mbappe back to R9. Mbappe again. Bellingham, one more pass. No, he just didn't flick
Didn't
on.
lock on. Didn't lock on.
Well, they have to switch on because they've got to do the counter-attack now. How on earth did Ousmane Dembele not lock on to that ball? We could be looking at a 2-1 scoreline. Saudi Arabia straight down the other end. Not for so long. Big tackles around the box.
Be so annoyed. It's a guaranteed goal. It's just not locked on to Ousmane Dembele at the back post.
Frantic first 20 minutes. But a lot better from Italy. Saying that, they lose possession. Chance for Saudi Arabia to find their feet. Keep an eye on the runs that are being made as well. Just see the player switching. See Pele there on the back line of defence. That's a very clever pass, just offside. It was inches, whiskers offside.
It's a 1-1 that feels like a 4-4, just given how offensive both teams have started this second leg. Flying forward, pushing numbers into the final third, and really, I think both nations know how important this next goal is in this tie, just to try, really try, and have a degree of control over this match.
We saw that in the Israeli game before this. How much Italy wanted to control, ball in the air, and Mbappe will lose that battle. Now to Klosterman, who's been so reliable. He was in the sort of the open pool of players that you could draft into your teams. He's featured across so many of them, not just in this tournament, last week's Club World Cup. Someone who hasn't featured in everyone's team is Frankie de Jong, but he doesn't look out of place alongside Bellingham.
Yeah, me and Mike were speaking about him last game. A great foot item. He could do that job if you did miss a couple of midfielders in the draft process. He just supplies everything that you really need from a box-to-box centre mid.
Here's a chance. Again, speaking of the player, also deserves the applause he's getting. Here's Klosterman. Massive ball forward, it's a running race, keeper's off his line, be careful, out comes with the head of Courtois. I mean, that was brave.
Risky. I think he had to do it though as well, because he's bringing that down, the attacking player.
End to end, first half.
Just showing another tool that Saudi Arabia have in the locker as well. That, I mean, very hopeful over the top through ball. He's found Henry on the way through.
Saudi Arabia looks a bit into the last chance of the half. We'll look to go the other way. They'll take all the time they need. Socrates shapeshifter comes in as a perfect extra defensive option. And you'll just see how these wing-backs now suddenly spread the play. What a ball that is. Frankie de Jong, this is your moment for Italy! What a pass! They did it before! And they'll do it again when it really does matter. Just the wherewithal to pull that out.
That pass is... It's a championship winning pass, that's what it is. Cutting the defence open with one singular pass. It's Frankie de Jong on the stroke of half-time. The goal scorer, absolutely ridiculous pass. We'll have to see it back, because just the way that he didn't look on, like not necessarily onside, but the pass just didn't even come into vision. And it's played with great pace, great precision.
Obviously on the side of Saudi Arabia now, it's starting to get a little bit difficult for Mr. Sara and Gomez, but on the other side for Italy, I love these conversations that these guys are having. So passionate, just talking through every moment of the game. How to approach this second half now. We cannot forget they were 1-0 down after 6 minutes, struggled to get back in the game. The one thing you don't want to do against Italy is let them control it with a 5-back. Control possession, watch that clock tick down. But you're absolutely right, I'm sure Alex or Mike will be happy to break down that goal they just scored. Very similar to that round of 16 through ball they found, Rich.
Look at this chats. You think they're losing? See Hollywood as well getting in there. Catcher not needed to be used, and that just paints the picture of how close these two teams are. Meters away from each other. Only one will go through.
Well, are we going to be saying goodbye
To the hosts.
to the hometown heroes? That was the goal. So lift the trophy here in Saudi Arabia. One time to score it just before half-time. Italy now in the driving seat. Looking for another.
It's real tight. The heel-to-heel was very, very close to being perfect there.
See Pele try and continue that run. Two Italian defenders chasing him. Well, he's one of the few players that we've seen in the last 5 years or so, Mr. Sara, when he's put under the microscope on a big stage with all the lights on him. He's back against the wall. Always seems to pull away through individually in a team environment. Can he do it here? Mbappe finds Henry. There is the elastico, but it went straight into the defender.
You're just starting to see this game become a little bit more stretched.
Dembele, big save, Donnarumma, who will keep being that arch nemesis for Italian fans. Just about keeps it and gets down that dangerous byline area. Hakimi back inside Bellingham. Doesn't mean too much. Paul Pogba back to goal and trickles in. It's a gift for Italy. And it's a horrible, horrible mistake from Saudi Arabia.
Does not always have to be pretty for Italy as they find themselves 3-1 up.
Just the back to goal there. Both Danny Pitbull and Obram just pressing the defender. The animations did not go their way by any means. Bardine did anything he could just to get a touch on that one to make it trickle into the back of the net. The amount of times I think I've seen Danny Pitbull.
Catches coming in, is it?
He's just
on the
coming,
back of the seat.
just coming for a lean over. Basically saying, well done, lads. I know you're 1-0 down, but you're 3-1 up. Keep it going.
If you need someone, I'm here. I'm here. I can come in. I would find it very hard to constantly be talking to someone behind me every single pause. Like, just leave me alone. Just let me play.
You just see there, Obron, headphones on. He's enjoying a bit of game sound or music. With Danny Pitbull in his right ear. Well, it suddenly becomes a lot bigger of a task for Saudi Arabia. It was a top 4 finish for Italy last year before his heartbreak against Brazil that went on to win the tournament. Saudi Arabia, are you back in the tie now? Omri just needed an option. He hoped that Pele would peel away. What a ball that is. Here's Mbappe, big chance. Bellissimo, bellissimo FIFA from Italy. I can't even speak.
Again, it's a picture-perfect through ball. The space opened up. And as soon as you go one-on-one, it's then, do you have a little bit of composure? Of course they do. Ball roll, finish, 3-goal advantage.
We have to talk about these through balls, Rich. These ridiculous, crafted, timed through balls that Italy have in their locker.
That one was a little bit more predictable because there was just so much space in behind. Saudi Arabia need to show us something right now. Otherwise, the host nation will be saying goodbye to.
Well, it looks that way, because look at the floodgates open. It's the long through balls again from Italy. Ousmane Dembele fakes a power shot. Of course, he's not been shooting from that far out. It's a 3-goal cushion. They don't need to score again. And they'll do everything they can to reduce this pause coming in from Saudi Arabia. More minutes out the game.
Oh, that's a little bit risky.
Omri, this is big Pele Omri and Mbappe driving forward. There's Omri, and there's Courtois.
They've been good with bringing the keeper out as well. Pretty quick on the triangle to pull him out. Remember in the first leg when he came out and headed it away?
What do you think's changed for Italy, Rich, in 24 hours? Is it just 2 legs of FIFA? They just
feel more comfortable. A lot more comfortable in 2 legs. And it's not a surprise. It happened exactly 12 months ago at the Nations Cup in Copenhagen. They finished 4th in the group on 13 points, exactly the same as this year. And then they went and started to play great FIFA in the latter rounds. Unfortunately falling for Italy to Brazil, 5-4, who went on to win it.
One ball forward, we'll try and find Henry, has to go, massive save, and Courtois doing that. Maybe it's just not your day.
You mentioned that pause, not come in yet, 10 minutes ago.
Mbappe. Socrates in the way. Italy happy to keep this ball in possession. If there's going to be a pause, let it be us scoring another goal.
Might not get one at all. It's also just the less time remaining, the pause means less and less, because you've just not got enough time to make a change, and that change to be impactful.
Well, I'm sure when MS Nassari saw that Saudi will be playing host to this year's FIFAe Finals, it was a dream to try and go the full way, to bring back some national pride with the E-Nations Cup trophy, but they've met their match. The Italian side that were terrible in the groups, but group stages are one thing. Knockout FIFA is a completely different story. It will be back-to-back semi-finals for Italy. Tomorrow, they will take on the Netherlands, the Dutch trio. Manu Bashir, Levi David and Emre Yilmaz stand in their way.
And it's two nations that have just got such rich history when it comes to FIFA Esports as well. When you look at the players, when you look at the domestic leagues, the talent on show, that could be game of the tournament. What a second leg performance from Italy.
All-time result, Italy are semi-finalists here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, sending home Saudi Arabia. I mean, it won't be a long drive, but commiserations to MS Nassari and Goatmo. Got to appreciate these moments when you get to see MS Nassari on the big stage, because you never know how many more times we may see it on a world stage like this. Commiserations to the three of them. Goatmo, I mean, Abu Bakr, it's been a breath of fresh air for him, seeing how good he is. He has to go again in 2 days in the FIFA World Cup.
They were outstanding the entire first leg, and as soon as Italy scored, Italy just levelled up. Saudi Arabia was so good that first leg until Italy scored. As soon as Italy scored, a switch came, and from then on out, they just couldn't quite get close.